What is happening, gang? Welcome back to A Therapeutic Edge. It is very nice to have you here today. Thank you for stopping by. This is the Artisan Knives Xcellerator, and this is cool. I like big stuff. This is a big beast mode of a knife. It is milled titanium, running on bearings. It is S90V, and it is a fairly thick slab of very stabby S90V. Now, it's not hollow ground, the blade's not particularly fancy, but it is well sorted. The handle is an interesting design. It's nice and thick. You get your fingers all the way up here, right? There's a lot of good grip up here for work. That's the kind of thing you're going to do. But then it leans out back towards the end. And I don't know about you, so my hand fits beautifully in here or up here. And they did this little cutout so you can come way up and get your thumb planted really nicely. This is a really nice knife. Now, the Xcellerator is not an inexpensive knife. What did we decide that is? It is about $200, $198, which for these materials is ridiculous. So it's budget friendly for what you get. How's that? Let's see what's worth sharing. Oh, it's on ceramic bearings, which is a nice feature as well. It's got a little tiny backspacer with a lanyard spot in it. It's got a very nice milled pocket clip. That is the logo of the designer, whose name eludes me. I'll put it in the description. It's just a nice knife from the folks at Artisan. You know, I haven't artisaned very much. It's got a steel lock bar insert, which you can sort of see right there. Basic frame lock. But you know what this is above and beyond all else? It's interesting. And I got to tell you, in this age where there are, 100 knives a week coming out, interesting matters, at least to me as a collector. Let's knock some specs out of the way, shall we? From tip to tail, this knife comes in at 9 inches. You get 3¼ inches of cutting on just about 4 inches of S90V. Grip area is a little more than 4½ inches. That's a big knife. And yet, it's not super heavy for what it is. It's a nice, reasonably thick slice of that S90V. It's a great cutter. It really is. Closed length on the Xcellerator, coming in at 5 inches. And here's where you're going to know it's in the pocket. At its thickest, which is right about there, we're talking about, it's almost 1 3/4 inches. So you're going to know that's in the pocket. However, the pocket clip is reasonably deep carry. Do I have anything? Excuse the noise. Yeah, I mean, you're talking about that much knife sticking out. Not a big deal. The pocket clip is not reversible. There is no lefty love on this knife. I do love this frag pattern tie, though, and I think you would too. Size comparisons for knives that you may be a little more familiar with. Lately, it seems to be the one I use a lot, but it's very popular right now. Here it is against the Kershaw Iridium, as you can see. That just gets dwarfed by the Xcellerator. This, of course, is a Benchmade 940, another well-known but small knife. For those of you a little deeper into knives, this is the ZT-0920. These knives are very similar in size. I really wish they still made this. But you can see the Xcellerator is bigger in a number of dimensions, but then it gets leaner through the back of the handle. Sticking with that as a theme, here it is against the Cold Steel 8010, another monster of a knife. And then, what should we do? How about, here's an old school classic. This is the Rat 2. Or the Rat 1, excuse me. It's even bigger than a Rat 1, and that's a pretty big knife. It's a full-size knife for less than $200. Yes, please. Let's go ahead and break out the calipers. What do you get? Well, you get, back here at its thickest, you get 3.6 millimeters of S90V. It is a relatively short drop down to the secondary bevel, but it has a lovely edge. I got this used, but you can't tell by looking at it. The handles are slab-sided, right? So they don't swell or anything. So it's, 12 millimeters, which, yeah, less than half an inch. Not bad. Not bad. Let's weigh it. Hey, there we go. Got some nice bronze material around the pivot collars. I'm not a huge bronze guy generally, but it's not a bad accent on this knife. Yeah, okay, we're coming in at 6 ounces. But I mean, it is a full-size knife. We go back to the 920. It's a little heavier than that, but the 920 is really milled out on the inside of those scales, where this is not. And that's the difference. Yeah, see, they're just slab-sided on the inside. Well, you can't really... It's annoying. Let me see if I can... There. A little better. You can see on the inside. Anyway, sorry about that. I gotta say, this is probably one of my favorite knives that I've picked up in a long time. My taste in knives has always leaned towards bigger stuff. Stuff like the 300, or the 8010, or any number of knives like that. This is on par size-wise, but the design is really interesting. It is an excellent daily cutter and carry. It's just a really nice knife. I will go ahead and post a link in the description so you can check out the Xcellerator for yourself. Hope you guys have enjoyed this look at what is truly a cool knife. I know I've enjoyed owning it. If you have any questions about this or any of my knives, feel free to ask down in the comments below. And beyond that, remember, gang, take care of yourselves and take care of each other. We'll see you next time.